Hi, good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma'am.
Amrita.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
Great.
Fantastic.
How are you, Amrita? Hi, good evening to you.
Good evening.
So today we're going to see some new faces.
Yeah. Hi, Ritu. Good evening.
Hi.
Fantastic.
And then we have Saloni, who's just joining.
Yes.
We have Sudarshan, and I think. Hi, Sudarshan. And Saloni is also in. That's great.
Okay. That's awesome. So first, okay, I'm just. Okay. Yes, there you are. So all of you are here. Fantastic.
Good morning. She's in the US. For her, it's morning.
Okay. So first, let's really say a warm welcome to all the people who are joining us live
Yes.
on LinkedIn and YouTube to listen to such amazing guests that we have here today.
Yes.
And these guests are coming from such diverse background. They're all from different industry, no connection with each other. The only common thing that is there in between all of them is each one is really enjoying their job, passionately working towards it.
True.
And obviously, when you work passionately, you're enjoying your job, the company's benefited from that.
And most important, these are 5 really seriously successful people.
So let's,
Okay.
I think you can go on and introduce.
Okay, so we can start with Ritu. We have Ritu with us. She's working with she's working with a digital marketing company as a director, and she's doing extremely well at a very young age. She has reached at that position, and she's extremely happy of what she's doing.
Yes.
Then we have Saloni with us.
Saloni, who's again doing her bit, what she loves to do, that is testing in software IT industry. People over in IT industry will understand, but for layman language, she's the one who really checks that there are no bugs. So when we get and we are working on an app and all of a sudden it disappears, which just happened before I was joining, I was just struggling. I don't know what went wrong. So if that shouldn't go wrong, that is what she does.
Yes.
And then
we have Yogesh with us. Yogesh is from the real estate industry. He's into all the offices that you enjoy in the corporate world, and you love those offices. They are built by Yogesh and his company. Okay, so they do a great job, and he's doing extremely well and very successful and very, very passionate. He's the best in the industry. And of course, then we have Sudarshan. Sudarshan is from the telecom industry. One guy who is best almost in the world in what he does. He's a solution provider, and nobody in the world in his company that he was working in now, where the whole world says we can't do it, we can't have a solution to it, Sudarshan is the one who enters and gets a solution. And we have,
so of course, Sudarshan is from the, if I missed it.
he's from the telecom industry.
Yes. So again, from a diverse background. And who else is missing?
Amrita.
Amrita is the last one I'm going to introduce because she is mostly the one who's available whenever we want her. She's been doing a fantastic job in her industry. She's been in the IT industry, but her specialty is her additional skill of Japanese language.
Yes.
And it proves that you don't have to do a management degree to really grow in life. So she's really doing amazing well in her career. Great. Only based on all the efforts that she's taken.
True.
From where she started till here. So Amrita, if you can give a brief introduction of yourself from where you started to where you are. And that's what I request all of you in 10 seconds, if you can do that.
Like a lift elevator pitch.
Yeah, try to market myself. So hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Amrita Karetkar, and I'm having this energy thanks to these 2 people who have taught me to, really be energetic when presenting. So currently, I'm working with Accenture in consulting, and as Nutan ma'am said, that consulting always requires, top class, top tier 1, tier 2 management graduates, and I'm not one. Rather, I am a BA, there is no M. I'm a Bachelor in Arts and Economics. And then I worked in IT for about 17 years, managing a team of BTechs, MTechs, BE, and whatnot. So about 200 engineers I had when I last left my organization IT.
Wow.
And from there, now I'm in consulting, a new field, but enjoying it thoroughly. All thanks to both of them for I could take this jump. So yeah, and my core skill has been Japanese, and on top of that, I kept on learning and growing and have reached where I am today. Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Saloni?
Saloni.
Hi everyone, this is Saloni, and I would like to say a big thanks to Nutan Didi and Neeraj sir for converting me from a full-time mom to a full-time Googler. Now, I work at Google now thanks to Nutan ma'am and everything. She has coached me for over a year. Within a year, that year has made me grow immensely, and I couldn't have believed it that in a year I would be working at Google.
Wow.
But yes, they made my dream come true, and I'm living my dream.
Congratulations. Let's go to Ritu.
Yeah, so hi everyone, this is Ritu, and I'm currently working as a brand and business director in a digital marketing company. So my background has been marketing, but not in the advertising stuff. So I started my career as a creative writer. So that was a complete blank for me where I started. So yeah, there were people who said, no, it is not worth it. And, you're wasting your degree, MBA and all of that. But I wanted to do it. So I knew what I wanted to do, but how I can achieve the best in it is what I got from Dheeraj sir, and to believe in myself and how to, keep going and be ambitious as possible without, really compromising on your personal front and stuff like that. So I think that is the biggest learning that I got, and that keeps me going.
Great. Thank you. And let's go to Yogesh.
Hi everyone. Good
Hi.
evening and good morning to all of you. So my name is Yogesh Pawar, and rightly, I think sir has given me my introduction as an interior fit out person, the man who actually builds offices for all of you. So by qualification, I am a mechanical engineer. I have around 17 years of experience, and I have delivered almost 4 million square feet of projects. Currently, I am working with an international property consultant as an associate director.
Wow. Thank you. Sudarshan, there you go.
Yes, hi, dear friends. I'm Sudarshan. I have around 19 plus years of experience in the contact center domain, and I'm an engineer, and I've also done my master's. I make these softwares where you call Airtel broadband or any broadband, and you go into the IVR. The IVR lady asks you to keep waiting for a long time. So those are the kind of softwares I make. And then you get a call from LIC, you pick up, and then there is a system playing a message that new policies have been launched. Do you want to take these new policies? So all these outbound, inbound calls and all, which keep disturbing you throughout the day, I am the guy who makes it.
Fantastic.
Nice introduction.
Thank you very much for
Thank you, all of you. That was a lovely introduction.
Yes. So,
Thank you.
we could relate to what they are doing. So everyone is from a different field. There's only one thing common in all of them. For all of you who joined, Raghavendra, Varun, Yogesh, all Ishika, all the new guys, hi, welcome. The common thing between all of them, why they are here today, is they're all doing their dream job.
Absolutely.
They're passionately working because they're enjoying what they're doing.
Very true.
So let me start from the very first question. What do you mean? What's your definition of a dream job? Ritu, let me start with you. You're on mute, Ritu.
I'm extremely sorry.
No worry.
So yeah, for me, dream job has been, working after 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. When you are back home, you are fulfilled, contentment is there, you're satisfied and happy that you've done something in life, and you don't feel like, I want to go back home because, I'm tired. So that's the energy I enjoy in my job. And I always wanted to do this, no matter, I've never been scared about trying new things. So after doing it, the fulfillment that I get is something that I enjoy. And I feel if I'm doing that, that's a dream job.
Wow.
Great. So hi, Kiran. I hope you're able to see the video because everyone else is seeing it. So just please check. If you've logged into the new one, which we are going live, and it's great to have you here. Yes, we go on to Sudarshan. What's your definition of a dream job? You're on mute again.
Yes, sorry. So for me, I enjoy doing technical work and basically provide solutions to technical problems. So the more challenging and complex the problem is, I like to crack that by using a normal, simple logic. I kind of feel empowered whenever there is a massive problem, and if it comes to me, and then it gives me the kick to go on and solve that problem at any cost. So I take that personal accountability, and then I can't leave that problem until I solve it on my own. So that is what gives me the kick, and that is what has kept me going all these years.
Fantastic.
Wow, Sudarshan, thank you.
Saloni, what's a dream job for you?
So for me, dream job is something that combines my passion, skills, and my hard work to give a outcome that is immensely satisfying and also fulfills all of my other hobbies that I have, because I have different passions and different hobbies, and I like to, something that keeps that balance for me is a dream job for me. Plus working alongside like prestigious companies and like Ivy Leaguers is what gives me the kick from my job. That is what I'm getting from my current job. That is my dream job.
Great.
Amruta, what's your dream job?
Okay, so
and guys, all of you, sorry,
Yep.
all of you who are listening to us, I would really like to know from you, what is your idea of a dream job?
Please do write on the chat box.
Yes, Amruta, please go ahead.
So I'm a very people's person. So I love to be around people. I love to talk. I love to communicate a lot. So I think a dream job for me is where I'm really working with a team. I'm able to really guide them, help them, and also where I can see my efforts bearing fruit in terms of my customers. So of course they are also people. They are human beings. So when I see them really happy of my results, I love to do that. So I'm very passionate about that. And I think another characteristic is probably where I'm made uncomfortable, because I hate to be in the comfort zone. So whenever things are challenging, whenever things are changing a lot, very dynamic, I am challenged and I give more than 100%. So I think that's what makes some work as my dream job.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's amazing, Amruta. Yogesh, what's the dream job for you?
Dream job is something which satisfies me. That gives me a very high level of satisfaction, a very high on culture. That is one thing which is there. Then fair recognition for whatever you do for your client satisfaction, because I come from an industry. So I always believe that wherever you are putting your best efforts, those has to be recognized. That is one thing which I feel. Also, to be very honest, yes, a deserving salary and happiness that gives. So that is something which
True.
That's what I mean for a dream job.
Wow, Yogesh, thanks a lot.
So we all met for a reason, and that is what I want to explore now. That why did you shift or look for a new job? What is that drove you towards looking for a change in the career? Let's start from Sudarshan. Sudarshan, why from an existing job to the new job?
Yes, I had already, I was in one of the top contact center companies in Pune, and I had already spent 16 years over there, and I had grown a lot technically, and I learned whatever I wanted to learn to my fulfillment, and I had got all the recognition and awards. And then I was really looking for for the next challenge technically. And that is there was nothing else to prove within my previous company, so I wanted to take the challenge outside, and that is what gave me the fire to look for a job outside and try and find a suitable technical position in a relevant MNC within the same domain.
And what was the constraint?
Yes, the constraint was that if you are already 19 years experienced in India, then you have to become a people manager. That is the that is a psych that is created. So if as soon as you open a profile and you see in any even in any MNC which has a India center and a US center. In the US center, you may still find the people with 19-20 years experience doing technical work. But in India, above 15 is too much doing technical work. You have to become a manager and you have to deal with people. But I have a problem. I don't have a problem. I don't enjoy dealing with people much. I enjoy to deal with technology and crack issues and find the core solution, and then I can give an update to people. But I cannot keep talking to people throughout the day. I want to be with my technology. That's my passion.
Great.
So I was actually looking for a technical role in India with 19 years experience with a higher technical designation. I had already reached a technical designation which was at a saturation point. So I was looking something beyond that, and I was not getting that kind of job description in the Indian MNCs.
Right.
MNC India Center, yeah.
Right. So, if, friends, all of you who are hearing, here is Sudarshan, who's achieved the peak in his career, in his current organization. Now he's looking for growth, but the kind of job that he's wanting doesn't exist.
Yes.
This is what is the industry trend. So what does he do? How does he move ahead is what we're going to come the next. But till then, so tech savvy guy wants to grow in his career, wants to remain in the domain that he's interested in. What to do next? We'll come to him. Till then, Ritu, what about you? You're on mute.
That's fine.
So I was always, I started my career in the industry I always wanted to be. But I started as a creative person. I was a writer. Then I had those, business skills and marketing skills in me already. And then I realized that while I'm doing those creative solutions, these skills are also helping me, to differentiate myself from others. So that's when I got the opportunity also to explore this role where this role was created in the company, where I could deal with the clients at the same time. I could be on the solution side and I can combine both the things. So this was very challenging and exciting for me. So of course, I did not want to be on just doing the creative work only. I wanted something, that I can try new stuff and, where my skills can be used if I have, and so that I've realized that I already have it. So I wanted to use it to the maximum. So I got this. That's how I wanted to be here. But the thing is, because I was new in this industry, I was not really aware of, what is happening in the industry, how people grow, what if they're in a certain designation, which designation do they grow in? If I'm changing my vertical, will it be, beneficial for me, or I would, be in I would go backwards. So these were doubts that were, there. I think that is where, there was a little bit of confusion that, whether I should go, not go, and, all of that. But I would definitely say that I realized that creative is not the limit that I want to be in. I want to go beyond.
Right. So you were growing in your career. What was the missing link?
So I would say money. Money was definitely the one which, like I said, due to the lack of knowledge, because this industry is quite unorganized. You can earn a lot at the same time. Someone at the same level might be earning really less. So you really need to have something different in yourself, which which your boss can see, which your clients can see, which is like very visible and evident. And you should have those negotiation skills to get it. So just to realize this thing also took me a little bit of time, that okay, I have these skills and this is worth this much. So that is one thing.
Great. So here is Ritu, passionate about her work, exploring her career, doing very well. What is missing is being rewarded for all the efforts that she's putting in. And most of the times we all find this happening. True. That when we are working in one single company, we don't look out what is the market offering. So right. I continue to grow with the company's current promotion and incentive schemes, which will be 2%, 3%, 5% gradings, and you have to exceed expectations, and then you get a 5% rise. And that's how people keep growing years and years. But then a time comes when you feel that what you're doing in life is amazing, but it's not really fulfilling all the needs that I have.
Absolutely.
My requirements are not getting fulfilled. And that is where Ritu was when we connected. Coming to Saloni, what's your story?
So here I was with an 18-month-old toddler, no work, low self-esteem, no self-confidence, because I had several breaks during my career where I was personally transitioning from one role to another. And I'm just looking for a job. I'm looking for sanity. I'm looking for financial independence. And all these things led me to this urge to do something, to prove myself, not to others, to myself, that I can do something. I can be financially independent. I'm worth it. So
Wow.
that is when I took that leap of faith with Nutan ma'am. I started my first job. I worked odd hours, I mean ungodly hours. I worked with a toddler in the house, and for a year I did that. And then when I knew that I have achieved a certain level of confidence to take another big leap, I just went ahead and took it with all the confidence that was instilled in me in that 1 year by Nutan ma'am, by the work I had done. I took that leap, and that is, I mean, there was a big realization between my first job and this new job, where the main thing that I don't know, it was like an epiphany. I don't know why it was an epiphany for me, but it was like, I can do anything. I can literally do anything. There is no limit. I am the one that is restricting myself. Nobody else. That is why, yeah.
Awesome. Wow. So people, all of you who are seeing us live and those who will watch us later, are you going through a similar situation like Saloni? Motherhood is one of the most beautiful things for a woman.
Absolutely.
But after going through that phase, though we are talking so much about it, it is so difficult for her to get back into work life.
Yeah.
Can we do something which can make this happen easily for a woman? Because she has certain skills. She's been doing an excellent job.
Absolutely.
But after that break, it is like such a huge taboo where people don't want to recruit you.
Sure.
And second, of course, the lady who's sitting at home, taking care of a child, running around, by default is going to lose her confidence. So what can you do at this stage? How did she overcome that? And where is she now? We'll go to that later. Till then, Amrita, from you.
So in my previous organization, I was there working for almost 10 years. And so I used to call myself a homegrown leader. So I joined as at a junior level kind of. And when I left, I was a senior delivery manager managing about 200 people. So I always felt that, this is where I have to retire because I'm getting good growth. Every 2 years, I'm getting promoted, getting good increments. 5%, 10% good increments. So I was happy. My salary was increasing. I was getting good bonuses. But after a point, I think I got into the comfort zone. I realized that I'm getting into the comfort zone and I was not liking it because it was just repetitive work, same kind of work, get up 9-10 hours work, more or less 90% is exactly what you have done. The volumes might change, the numbers might change, but nature of work was the same. And it started getting repetitive, boring. I felt stagnated. I tried to talk to a few people around me, my peers, my seniors, even the CEO and all that. I want to do something different, but I couldn't get a concrete answer. So this time I had already reached out to ma'am and I already checking with her, what can I do? And of course, she didn't directly tell me that I need to jump a job, but she made me realize, because I was, like I said, I was in the thought that, okay, I am going to retire here. Everything is here. And I never had thought of changing a job. But that's how the journey started because, I was not liking the stagnation. I was feeling really a bit, suffocated because it was too comfortable. And I knew, like the Chaparasi to CEO, everybody. And so there was no excitement that way of meeting anybody new. So that was the trigger.
Right.
So Amrita, who's worked very well, kept getting increments, promotions, but there comes a stage where you stagnate in your career. And this mostly happens with people who have been working in one single company. Though they have been increasing their role, they are getting promoted. But one point of time, very well described by her, from the peon to the topmost guy, you know everyone, you know everything, they also know you. And that is where the law of familiarity strikes in.
Yep.
And you start feeling you have been taken for granted and the company not seeing anything new in you.
And there's a huge level of comfort here. Huge level. Okay. Imagine the peon to the topmost people know you. What else do you want? You don't want to now break that. The moment Amruta would say, good morning, madam, till the last guy saying good evening. So, that is the kind of comfort zone. It's not recognition, it's comfort zone. And it's damn scary to break that comfort zone. So all those people who are stuck in that comfort zone, they feel they've been enough in this company and they're planning to retire, but they're not enjoying it. What Amruta did, will come to Amruta later. Now let's come to Yogesh. Yogesh, why were we wanting to change a job?
Yeah, so, I have a very similar story to what Amruta has spoken. So, similar thing, I have been doing the same monotonous job for almost 13 plus years, same. And yes, every alternate year I used to get promotion. I was a very good performer. But I think, sometimes your strength becomes obstacles. So whenever there were opportunities, people used to, look at me that this is the man who can deliver last size project. I have delivered many assignments which are more than 2.5 lakh square feet, 3 lakh square feet, 4 lakh square feet in a single tranche. And whenever, I was thinking that for how many days I should do that. Yes, I've been doing this. I'm getting awards. I'm getting bonus. I'm getting increment. Everything is there. But this should not go on, because I was looking at other people also where, I feel that, but in a similar way, we're not getting any concrete answer. So I am not getting that particular opportunity. And that's how, I actually started out looking for a job.
Right. So how did you make this happen? That's the last piece of today's discussion. How for Sudarshan, where he's interested in a specific role and he wants to still grow, still make more money. How Ritu wants to continue a job, but wants to make more money. How Saloni is wanting that breakthrough after her motherhood.
Yes.
And how Amruta and Yogesh, they have done very well in their company, but they're now looking for the next jump.
Absolutely.
So let's find out what is that missing piece. There's one very beautiful thing that I learned from the millionaire, Dean Graziosi, and I will tell a thanks to him, because one beautiful thing that he taught all of us. He said, how is the biggest problem that all of us face? Whenever there's something that we are trying, we get stuck at the how. We don't look at anything else. He said, just replace that how by who. Who is that person who can take me to what I want?
Absolutely.
And thankfully, all of you chose the who and you've achieved the results that you desired. So let's start from Yogesh this time. Who was that person from the how to the who, and who made it happen for you? How did you do it?
Yeah, so just to continue, so while I started looking out for a job, I reached out to madam, and that's how I got actually connected with Dheeraj sir. So I thought it was a routine HR consultation, probably just take a CV, then float it to in the market. That's how it was. But then it actually started with the discovery session. So I was wondering that, there were actually 3 sessions. Every session was around 2 hours. So at that point of time, it was just, I telling the story, and both Dheeraj sir and madam, listening to I thought, what's going on? Because I haven't heard about all these things. And I kept on, I said, we will continue. And then after around 6 hours of session, I was being told that I come from a psychology of, a man of adjustment. And that's a blockage to me. That was really something which actually was a surprising for me, because for 17 years, nobody told me that you are a man of adjustment. You are a man of adjustment, and you come with a mindset, which is a scarcity mindset, which is very fixed mindset. Then I actually just picked on, and then I understood, yeah, this is something which is a case with me. And definitely, when I actually went back and actually tried to search all my decision, whether it was my college, taking admission to the engineering, I never wanted. But then, I made an adjustment there. I actually wanted to become something else. When I actually wanted to choose my field, there also, I actually went and did the adjustment. And it happened on every occasions, to name very few. But yes, then I understood that yes, I come from that psychology where I have done adjustment all my life, and that's where I could not actually venture for growth. This is one thing which actually triggered me. And then I said, no, I need to I need to actually start consulting Dheeraj sir onto that. And then he said that, Yogesh, we can actually really guide onto this. And that's how he started coaching me. And the first thing he said that we will have to change the mindset. We will have to change. We started with a very small thing like visualization, enchantation, then prayers, gratitude practice, and everything. Actually, I started getting coached in the month of October last year, 2021. And thereafter, I actually started finding that because of these small things, whether it is a prayer or gratitude or visualization, I am actually having some changes in my mind. My mind is actually talking about positive things. It is actually guiding me. Then that started giving me confidence. And when it started giving me confidence, I said that whatever I was not able to do, I was always looked at as a delivery guy, always looked at as a delivery guy. Why can't I do sales? Why can't I do operations? Then I felt, no, I'll be able to do that. I will be able to do operations also. I'll be able to. And I started visualizing that I am doing the operations. I started visualizing that I am also, doing sales. And that's how actually I felt that, yes, now I should actually start looking out for a job which has been associated with these, whether it is sales or whether it is operations in the same domain. And while I was doing this, actually, all these small things actually brought result. In the month of January, I got an offer from an international property consultancy, and they were looking for a city head who actually would take care of delivery, sales, as well as operations. So obviously,
Wow.
when people are, when people want to hire you as a city manager or a lead, and who is responsible for complete business or P&L, he has to go through that interview. And I was very lucky. Actually, all my 16 years, I never had a chance to go for an interview. So I was very lucky that, it was always, through connects, I used to demonstrate, and that's how, I got the job. But this time, though, it was very difficult. It was because I think the other side did not wanted to take that risk. So my interview with the managing director. So there were 2 rounds, one with the regional director and then one with the managing director of the company. So Dheeraj sir actually helped me actually train for this complete interview. I had actually 1 hour interview with the managing director of the company, and I answered all 10 out of 10. And let me be, very honest here. Actually, whatever questions we prepared, not a single question was out of syllabus. So every question was been asked, and I was wondering that, whether the next question would be, the same thing. And I was actually prepared, and that's how actually I cracked the interview. And I not only, got the salary what I asked for, I also got the position what, I was dreaming about, and what role I was responsible for. So the questions typically were only 20-30% on the delivery. The questions which were being asked, 60%, they were from operation background and from sales background, and actually 50% on the sales background. And I could actually answer them very effectively because of my mindset change and because of the coaching which I actually got from Dheeraj sir. So, and in this industry, it is not very easy to get a joining bonus. So I could actually, even ask for that, and the company gave me the joining bonus.
Great.
So
Thank you. Wow, Yogesh. Thank you
Yogesh.
so much. Thank you so much.
So listening to Yogesh, guys, you all would know he's meant for sales because you've heard him answer a question. That's how salespeople have to be. All of them have that in common. They love to talk to people. They love to remain connected, and they love to share stories. So Sudarshan, what was the how piece for you? How did you manage the how?
Yes, so I approached Dheeraj sir and Nutan ma'am at this juncture where I wanted a technical role with 19 years experience in hand, and there is no, on the career site of these top companies, there is no positions. Now what to do? Just you can't apply because there is no position for 19 years on the career side. There's no technical position. So Dheeraj sir made me do the incantation that I'm the best in whatever I do, and there is no one better than me. This incantation I did 3 times a day, every day within, and then I spoke to one of the top contact center companies HR, and then he immediately responded to me. He said that he will get me connected to the senior director. Then the senior director, I had to wait for 1 or 2 weeks. Senior director came on call, and he didn't ask me anything. In fact, he showed the verticals within the company and some confidential data also. And he said that which vertical you would want to get into, you tell me, I will fit you in that vertical. And he said that forget about the career side. Why are you searching there? We will create something for you. So that is when I got the opening and a great breather. I got somebody was able to speak my language, but that person I got outside, because within I had made that belief system by doing the incantation every day and believing that I will get what I want. So that when that belief became strong, that senior director appeared, and then he after that he connected me to the vice president in US, and he also didn't ask me any questions. He just said that what is the current work that you're doing, you tell me, and some generic kind of things. And Dheeraj used to always tell me that it is not question answer. 20 years back, it was question answer. IQ was more important, but now EQ is the one that organizations are looking for. Sudarshan, they want to listen to that voice of confidence. It is not whether you know 10 different topics or 100 different topics. It is a voice that makes the difference. So when I was, after these incantations, when I was talking to these senior people, my voice itself showed that I was convinced, and they keep on thinking while taking the interview whether whether you are going to be loyal and you're going to join. That also keeps going on in their mind. So they were convinced that I want to come into their company and I want to add a lot of value. So
yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So then the third round was with the immediate director, and then I had to wait for 2-3 months. They created the particular position, and then I was in. So it was really great. And but see, no matter how great you are in the current company, there is always a fear. You have worked there for 16 years. You are the king over there, but that doesn't mean that you can become the king in any other area. That is what your mind tells you. Okay. So hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
Sudarshan,
can hear you.
Yes. So at this point, Dheeraj sir helped me with some practical examples. I'm a great lover of the singer Mohammed Rafi, and Dheeraj said that Mohammed Rafi is a versatile singer, from classical to comedy songs, to romantic songs, to sad songs, to soft romantic, everything he can cover. So why do you think that you cannot become a king in some other company? So once he told me about Muhammad Rafi, there was a direct heart-to-heart connect with Rafi Saab. And then I said that, yes, if Rafi Saab is my idol in singing, then why can't I become the same way in my domain? And then those real practical examples which Dheeraj sir gave me, it helped a lot, because Dheeraj sir and Nutan ma'am, they understand your entire personality, and based on that, they give a holistic example. It's like on a platter, they are giving you a solution which you can comprehend based on your personality. So it is just that I had to absorb what they said, and I had to practice what they said, and I was in. And then I had currently I'm having a higher technical position with a higher designation. I'm able to do patent research. I wanted to do patent research for a long time. My previous company, I was not getting the time to do that in the previous role. Here I'm able to sit and do my research peacefully, and nobody is like bothering me. I'm not a people manager, so nobody. I can always direct people to the people manager. I can sing a song, and in the background I keep thinking about my innovation ideas. in between I do exercise and I keep thinking. So I'm that kind of a free kind of working person, and I'm really enjoying my current job. And I have submitted a particular patent idea, and I'm working on the next idea already. So I'm feeling great in my current job. The company is
Wow.
also very happy. Yes,
Wow.
that's how it is.
Thank you, Sudarshan. It was really amazing. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you, Yogesh. And for people, all of you who are listening to us, 2 people have shared how did they make it happen. So if you're interested in a dream job, if you're interested in your career growth, if you're stagnating in your career, or you're very happy with your job, but you're not happy with the money that you're getting, what is that you can do? What are your ideas? What do you think is a how that you want to apply? Generally, the tendency is when you're looking for a new job, you want to go to a recruiter and tell him you want a new job. What does a recruiter does? He'll look at the openings that he has and he's going to give it to you. You crack the interview or no is none of his problem. But once you crack the interview, the money that comes to him is his problem, right? He enjoys the money. What is the difference between a coach and a recruiter is what these people are trying to explain. A coach looks up to you, helps you plan a growth plan, tells you where is the challenge, and takes you along the journey.
Like in Sudarshan case, and one shift of connecting to Rafi Saab. Okay, now you might feel, what has this got to do with the technology pie, and what has got to do with Rafi Saab? But he is a huge fan. So when I was doing session, I realized this guy is a huge fan. In fact, till now we start the session only with Rafi's song. We start only that way. I start the session by singing Rafi's song. I'm a really bad singer. He's very good in that. But we started with that. And I know immediately it sets its mood. He goes in a different league when he sings for that 30 seconds. So that song and connecting to Rafi Saab made him realize that, okay, he also can do that. Now you might find it funny, but yes, it made a change in him. And that's how he could get his dream job. And he's doing so well. Imagine he's not even a month, I think 1 or 2 months he's been in the organization. He's already filed the patent and now he's going for the next one. Now imagine what is the kind of growth that this guy's got.
Right. Back to you, Amrita.
Sure. So I think, like I mentioned, I was stagnated and I was looking out, but also I had deep-rooted fear in me that I'm not going to get a job anywhere outside. And hence maybe that conclusion came, I'm going to retire here because I was not on paper qualified. I'm not an engineer. I don't have any master's degree. I don't have any so-called technical certifications, but here I am managing IT services projects for the last 10, 12 years. And so I was very sure that I'm not going to get a job outside. And if I do, I mean, yeah, I would get something exactly like what I was doing, probably, yeah, standard 20-30% raise when you jump a job, and do same thing, just brand is different, but basically doing the same thing. So I mean, that is how I really figured out that I just don't want to reach out to a recruiter, because updating a resume and sending it to a recruiter. So there are many people who give their services hardly in 500,000 rupees also, I think. And that would have been the easiest way out. But I knew doing that will only land me up in similar kind of stagnation, similar kind of emotions in 6 months or a year, where the so-called honeymoon period of the new organization will go out. And hence I decided to reach out to Nutan ma'am to really figure out what I wanted to do, because I knew that I wanted to be in a job where I'm really connected to people, where I'm really working with customers, interacting with them day in, day out. Work my team or I'm doing is I can see that, and I'm really helping, customers solve their business problems, was where I was really connecting to. And I was always trying to do that in my previous organization, going out of my way, helping customers, really giving them solutions, understanding their pain areas and coming up with good ideas. So I think where I realized that I'm not going to be able to continue in a similar profile, and I needed to figure out, but what I want to do, what my growth is it just going to be a similar designation, just like I said, the standard increment that senior managers get in the IT industry, like 20% or something. So with that confusion, with very less confidence, I approached Nutan ma'am to figure out this growth journey for me. I was lost, I was confused, I didn't know what growth at that point of time meant for me. I just knew I wanted to grow. I just knew, like, monetary and work-wise, role-wise, I knew I had to do something different. With all that confusion, with all that lack of clarity, but knowing that I want to do different, I reached out to ma'am, and that's how my journey started last year around February, I think.
And how did it go? Where have you landed?
So now I'm in Accenture in consulting, like I said, where generally the tier one MBA graduates are picked up. So most of my team members are IIMs and ISBs. But initially I did feel a bit overwhelming, but I knew that Accenture has hired me for something I can do well. It's not my family company or anything who will just take me. So I knew I am capable, and so I joined Accenture in October last year with a 62% increment, which was unimaginable at that position. And I mean, yeah, I remember when Nutan ma'am told me to write this figure of an increment. It was already, I think, 45% of my salary that time, and I couldn't even write that number. My hands were shaking to write that number, and she was like, "No, you have to write." And like Sudarshan said, there were incantations. I really had to visualize that salary offer letter coming, and it was an amazing process. And I landed up a job in consulting where I'm really working with clients C level, so like CEOs, CIOs, where we actually sit together, discuss their problems, and we have
Wow.
consultants, SME consultants. So I am of course working with Japanese clients, and we are really helping them solve their big problems, and doing business or management consulting for them. So a dream shift, I think, probably unimaginable for most of the people, jump from IT to consulting. And now I think apparently I got to know in Accenture that consulting is like the cream layer or the niche layer of people. So I am feeling good about myself now.
Wow.
So here is someone who was really doing very well in a pond, and she didn't realize that the pond size had reduced and she had really grown. So I told her it's time to now jump into the ocean.
Yeah.
And she's doing so well in the ocean. So thank you very much. Ritu, I'm really sorry to hold you for such a long time. I know you're in an uncomfortable zone, sitting there peacefully, but please go ahead and listen to your story. How did you make, what was the missing link, and how did you achieve it?
So, first of all, no, it's not that I'm uncomfortable. It's just that I'm a bit hungry.
Yeah, that's what I know that.
So the thing is, when I started, this whole session thing, I was in a mindset that I'm already doing what I love to do, first of all. And I've already been given an opportunity wherein I don't have an experience, like, the business side of it. And I'm already feeling the gratitude, okay, I got this opportunity. So I have to be happy about it and all of that. And having said that, every year I'm getting good amount of hike, which is 30-40%, okay? And I'm getting incentives also. So there is no reason to, be sad, otherwise I feel I will be greedy about that. Then enters, and I had gotten married at that time, 1 year into marriage. And then pandemic happened after that. So all of these things are happening. I'm like, your industry, acha chali nahi raha hai na? How can I, get something more than this? And I think I'm fortunate that I'm, people are losing jobs and I'm getting promotions. So this is like a feel good situation. But that's when, my husband, he was in connection with Dheeraj sir. So he said, why don't you just with your open mind, have a session with him and have this analysis about yourself, that where you stand, and what you are capable of. So that was just a fun activity, the first few sessions for me. I had not thought about what I want to achieve and all of that. But the shift happened when I really realized that how my emotional stability, my personal life, and whatever I'm doing in my career is all connected, and how it plays a role in my, growth, and how it is independent of what is happening in the, economy. So that's what I realized. And it started with gaining the emotional balance in your personal life, because as a woman, there were too many things happening. I got married, I have to manage home, family, work is very demanding. I got married in a family which is where advertising, nobody knows what it is. So industry is quite dynamic, so things are there, you have to attend late night meetings and everything. All of that is happening and I'm like totally confused. So then, I realized, and he made me realize that, Ritu, your fire and your energy is getting wasted because you're trying to achieve, too many things without proper planning. So, that is where I realized yes, now this is the shortcoming and I need to kind of fix this. And while I was fixing this, parallelly my personal life is happening. We are trying to have a baby and all of that. Now as a woman, there are two minds, that you have your personal life. You can't sacrifice that also, because I want to be happy there, but I can't leave my career also. But generally you have people around who will always suggest you that don't be greedy. Whatever you are doing, you're doing good. Take a break of say 2-3 years, and then after that you can pursue your career, not a problem. So without even trying, you're already taking a step back.
True.
So these sessions kept me going. No matter there was pandemic, I could overachieve my targets. And and during that time I lost my father. I was emotionally very weak, and then that's when this appraisal time comes in, and Dheeraj sir puts that question to me: what is that number that you want to achieve? Now I'm thinking that there is so much happening in my life, I'm not even thinking about the number. It's like that. But somehow and you need that third person perspective, right? Because you're too much comfortable around people are praising you already, so you're like, I'm doing good. So there is this outside opinion which is coming to you, which says ki, no dude, you need more and you deserve more, like that. So I'm like, okay, let me at least attend this, because I'm able to manage all the things happening around me properly. I'm emotionally more balanced now. I think let me just go with the flow and kind of just try this out. So I went ambitious in my number, and whatever I was getting, I actually targeted just double. I will get 100% hike in my current company. Now if this person gives me, so then it's like, okay, this company is made for me, otherwise I need to exit. So that became my thing. And the moment the appraisal time came in, I got the news that I've conceived. So now there is another confusion in my head, that the moment my boss will get to know, he'll be like, you'll be going on a maternity leave and you're asking me this much hike. Are you nuts? But these sessions really help me that how you have to handle these kind of situations, and how believing that your personal and professional can grow together. You don't have to kind of compromise on any side. So how to handle that conversation point will be raised, people will talk about it. How are you going to manage? Because my role was to be on the front end talking to the clients and all. So me going on leave will affect business, all of that will happen. But once you have decided that you're going to manage it properly, and if you believe in yourself, then you can go for it. And it just literally, to be very honest, somewhere inside I felt this is not going to happen. But I'm like, just because he's saying with so much confidence, let me just go, because at least I am comfortable in this company. What will happen? Max, he will say, no, this can't happen. Then I have a, new path to take. But the way the conversation, happened, the entire 1 year activity of, managing, handling a situation, a complex situation like this, not letting your getting married, being a mother and all that stuff into it, I got what I wanted. And that was a really a breakthrough. And now I know that, this is not the limit. I mean, I can achieve anything in life. So I would want to be, Ratan Tata someday. And I think I will be. At least I got that, clarity in mind. And there is always a scope of improvement that I learned. And it's an amazing experience.
Great.
Wow.
Awesome. So, Saloni, it's to you now. Since you are the morning person.
Ritu, if you have to leave, you can leave. You can please have your, or you can go out of the video and have your meal, because we know this situation you are. You need to have food.
And I'm so thankful that you shared it. People listening here, I'm so sure that women who are going through this, it's such a big dilemma in the career front. You want to take a step ahead in your personal front, but you don't want to compromise on your professional. And if you share this with the family, they're going to go mad.
Right.
I mean, that's a natural progression. This is all later. You keep working, but this is what has to happen. So first focus on your family, expanding your family. And that is where most of the times you see today, this has become such a big thing. Post-pregnancy depression.
Right.
Because women compromise and then they don't know what to do and they lose confidence. So I'm glad that you heard, and imagine a man guiding a woman in this stage and it still works.
Many times I had this feeling, because he's a man, maybe he's not able to understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe because, I can't share what I'm going through. That I had those feelings, but, my husband kept pushing me that, I see the improvement. You go ahead, keep doing what you're doing. And since you're comfortable with your sessions, what's the problem? I'm like, okay, chalo, theek hai, let me try.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Please carry on with your food because I
I'll
think that's
just
more
put
important.
my video off, but I will
Yeah,
please.
please.
What Saloni
Sure.
is.
Please. Yes,
Yeah.
Saloni.
Yes, Saloni.
My goodness, where do I start with? I mean, I'm hearing all these great stories, and it's just, I don't know, it's made me feel very inspired already. But yeah, when you start looking for a job, for me, I feel like I've been looking for a job for past 5 years, I think. Ever since I moved to the US, I'm always looking for new jobs. I'm always like, I was working in a couple of other projects. They were shorter projects. So in few months, again, I was looking for a new job. And like I was approaching recruiters left, right, center. And they would just like, yeah, share your resume. And they would share my resume. I think they would match it in their database system. They would look for keywords. Do they find the keywords? No, garbage it. That was it. That was a cycle I was stuck in for a very long time. And I mean, nobody cared enough to even send a feedback. Recruiters would often ghost me. Like they would schedule an interview. I would be waiting there anxiously, like about to start memorizing things. What am I going to say? I'm just like going in my head, and my anxiety level was at peak. Because of my low confidence, low self-esteem, my anxiety was peaked, and I used to be nervous. I would not be able to give a decent interview. I was fine doing technical tests and everything. That was fine. But when it came to talking, I felt like someone was confronting me. And I was not comfortable with that. I was not comfortable with the idea of confrontation, especially my body language would change. I would stutter at one point. Like my thoughts would get so confused that I would start at one thread and I didn't know where it went. At some point, I just lost track of my own thread. I didn't know what point I was making. So all of these things, they started resulting in me thinking that I was a failure. I couldn't do anything. And at one point, I even thought that maybe, I'm fine. I'm not being a stay-at-home mom, and why I don't need a career. Why do I need money? Why do I need this? Is fine. I just made myself believe that. And it reached to another level where I convinced myself that because of my anxiety, my procrastination issues, I had ADHD. And when Nutan heard this, he's like, what? Are you crazy? Why would you make yourself believe that? Like, because I told her this, because I don't do this, and because my friend told me this and this. Like, stop right there. Okay. Then we started working on, she's like, to stop your anxiety issues, build up your confidence. Here's what we are going to do. We are going to build a regimen. We are going to build a routine. Do this set of stuffs, build these rituals. Okay, start your morning with exercise, your yoga, meditation, gratitude practice. And she gave me a mantra. All I need is within me. To this day, every single day, I repeat that to myself. I work on that affirmation. That builds immense level of confidence in me. I worked on that for a year. I kept telling that to myself. Whenever I felt low on confidence, I kept telling that to myself. No recruiter would have ever told me to do that. The recruiter wouldn't have looked twice. Like I said, I was ghosted by recruiters, ghosted by interviewers. I never received feedback on my interviews. Even if it was a bad interview, good interview, people kept me on hold. And it was really frustrating for me because there was no way to know what I lacked, what I had to work on. But when I started coaching with Nutan Didi, she told me, first of all, we worked on my emotions, my anxiety, my discipline, because I was severely lacking in discipline. That's when that is how my anxiety peaked, because I didn't follow a routine, I didn't follow a ritual, I didn't have that discipline. So we started working on that discipline. When I started reflect and at the end of each day, she asked me to reflect on what I was doing during that day, what helped me. So that helped a lot. And every morning when I started my day with gratitude practice, it made me focus on everything that I have. It made me start a life of abundance. Like, it showed me, literally, I could see that I have everything. And still I'm not taking that step ahead. That's what motivated me to step ahead. Wow. And after a certain point, motivation was not going to take me anywhere. I would start with motivation, do something for 1 month and let it go. I have a lot of half-done projects throughout my life. But building a ritual, building a routine, consistently doing something that is what a sustainable career would look like for me. That is what Nutan made happen for me. That she built a routine for me, that is a sustainable routine that I would practice despite all my quirks and traits. I would keep going at it, and that was super customized to me, to my personality, because she assessed my personality. She got to know what I did, what I liked, how I reacted to things, and she made me realize those things too, so that I know what is my trigger point. I know where I'm more likely to let go of things, and how I'm supposed to react to those situations. So that helped a lot. That strong practice regimen is, I think, made a lot of difference in me. Consistency was my major weakness, and now I'm glad to say I have built that as my strength. It's been 5 months now that every single morning I get up, I do my morning routine of yoga, meditation, gratitude practice, chanting, and at the end of it, I tell myself, all I need is within me. All the energy I need is within me. All the passion I need is within me. And that is how I eventually ended up getting an interview with Google. When I got that interview, naturally, the nerves kicked in. I was like, oh my God, Google interview. I have got to do something. I've got to do something about this. I cannot miss this opportunity. And that is when, I think that during that period, I had discussions and sessions every other day. Like, okay, what are you going to do next? Okay, you need to work on this. Okay, next you are going to do this. Let's have mock interviews. Let's practice this. What are you going to say? Okay, what if they ask these questions? And I think someone else already mentioned that exactly that happened in my interviews. Those were the questions that I was asked, and I was very comfortable answering them because I had already rehearsed them. I didn't have anything unforeseen that I was facing. So I was already comfortable answering that. And that's when I cracked that interview, and I couldn't believe I had that level of confidence built up at that point. This was, when I compared myself to me a year ago, we are a totally different person now. I mean, my husband sees the difference. He's like, what happened to you? You look confident. And that was really, yeah. And it comes with a lot of changes that you consciously make every day.
True.
You choose to be that person. You choose that life for you. And that is how I've been able to get my dream job and work at it.
And dream job along with the money that you wanted, or no?
Yes, absolutely. again, I did not believe I was even capable of making that kind of money, or I had it in me. I always looked at my friends and like, oh my God, they have achieved so much. They're working here, they're doing this. Oh wow, they're at this position. And I didn't think I was capable of it. But at this point, I don't think I'm not capable of anything. I can do whatever it is that I want. And slowly and gradually, I'm also working towards another team of writing and like authoring books. So I'm just glad for what prospects I hold and what potential I have unlocked for with the help of Nutan.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saloni. Thank you so much.
Ritu, if it's possible, because there's the last few seconds, we can just, yes, thank you. So guys, all of you who are here live, who are going to see us tomorrow, this is what a dream job looks like. It's different for different people.
Very true.
Based on what are their aspirations in their career. But a thin line is do something what you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
Make the money that you want to make. Go to work with that excitement. When it's Friday, you're not excited. You're saying, I'm looking forward to Monday.
Very true.
That is what is a dream job as per me. And when I return back to my family, the energy, the enthusiasm, the positivity,
Absolutely.
I'm passing on to my family. And it's especially so damn important for a female. I'm not saying that it's not important for men as well. It is definitely today.
True.
Men are also changing their role. But I feel when a female enters back to her home, whether it's working from home and opening the door and getting back to the family environment, people are expecting her to be warm, caring, loving. That's only possible when you've given your best, you've enjoyed every bit of it, and now you're ready to face the world. And that's another world, right? There, your child demanding your attention, your in-laws demanding your attention, your spouse needs your attention. Something beautiful has to be cooked or managed. Something at home has to be managed. You want to do all. Because you love doing what you're doing for this 8, 10, 12, I don't know how many number of hours.
So, thank you very much for all the 5 of you. We are so grateful to you that you came and you shared your story, because I know hundreds and thousands of people who are going to listen to you. They are going to feel inspired with your story, that this is possible. This is real. Okay. And that was the reason why we wanted you to come and share your story. So thank you, Saloni, Amruta, Sudarshan, Yogesh, and Ritu. Thank you so much. And it was really a pleasure having you. And I'm sure all the listeners who are live here and going to listen to you tomorrow are going to be very excited and very inspired. And for all those people who are live and all those who are going to listen to us, thank you very much for coming. We're sorry we had to extend because we had such great stories. So we had to extend it today. We could not make it with 30 minutes. We've made it almost 67 minutes, but I'm sure it's worth it for each and every one. So thank you so much, and bye-bye. See you. God bless, and see you tomorrow, next Friday, 9 p.m. on the new topic of how to ace your career. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all of you. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
see
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everybody. Thanks a lot.
Okay.